Hey guys, today we are going to talk about Weka, which is a very easy to use machine learning software to be used for classification, regression, and any data analysis related purposes. So mind that actually the Weka that we talk about is this one from University of Waikato. There's another tool called Weka, but it is from another brand. The example that we will use today is California housing prices, which is like a default dataset for regression. So we are going to download it from here. You just press download on the housing.csv, and then once you download it and open it with Excel, you get something like this. So there's a longitude and latitude, and then this one is housing median age, total rooms and total bedrooms, population, households, median income, median house value, and ocean proximity. Mind that actually the last column there is a categorical column. So if we see the values there are 5 possible values, but we cannot really assign it to numeric because it's not actually the proximity to ocean, but there can be like island and inland here as well. So this is a categorical variable. So what you can do later, Weka will automatically convert it to one-hot encoding for the data analysis purposes. What we want to predict, for example, is the median house value here, right? So we want to predict the value of a house based on the available data here, available inputs. And this one is total bedrooms, which at first looks weird, but if we actually look at the documentation here, the total bedrooms is the total number of bedrooms within a block. So a block of where that house is, and total rooms is the same thing, and the population. So essentially, it's measuring the density of the house. And then once you installed Weka, so this is the installer for Weka. Let's install it together. Okay, so this is the Weka 386 setup. So you just agree to everything and press install. And then this is actually a Java based application. So it's essentially generating the jar file in the installation directory. And actually, you can also install this without admin permission. So I have done that with my work laptop. Let me know if you want to do it. I can provide a guide for you. So once done, you will find Weka in your start. Okay, so this is the main screen. We are going to go to Explorer, where we first will load the data. So open a file and then open the CSV file that you just downloaded. We have the housing.csv. You click on that one. And then here you can also do basic stuff. So at first it is showing the last value as the column to be used for the coloring here. It is not very meaningful, I think. So you'll just change it to no class. So here we can see the distribution of the data. So here it shows the distribution of the median house value. What is that? Is the median house value for households within a block. So it aims to generalize the data as much as possible. So rather than using average, it's using median because average is sensitive to outliers. So if there's a house with significantly higher price, then the average will be skewed towards the high price. It's much more fairer in terms of that. So first thing that you can do here is you go to select attributes, and we want to see the individual correlation of each variable to the house price. So here we are selecting correlation attribute eval, and then the method will be automatically chosen as ranker. So here the target variable, we set it to median house value, for example, and then we press start. What we see here is the median income 68.81% correlating to the house price, which I think is pretty obvious. And then the other things is the ocean proximity, which Weka will automatically convert this variable, which remember it is a categorical variable. Weka will automatically convert it to one-hot encoded columns. And then we see the total rooms and so on. So these are already very low correlations. Yeah, so this is something that you might want to look at first when you analyze a data. And then we can go to classify and choose the basic regression method first, called linear regression. But here it is grayed out because not all the variables are continuous. So what we want to do is we take out the ocean proximity first. Essentially, the linear regression demands you to have all variables as numerical. Here, what we want to predict is the median house value, and cross validation is 10. 10 is a good value. because what you want to do is you sort of want to shuffle the data and then try a part of it as the training set and another part of it as a test set, and you want to do it like 10 times, 10 folds, hence the name. So we press start, and then what we found here, the correlation coefficient is 79%. And then the number that we are usually interested in is the R squared. So the correlation coefficient here is R. So if you square this number, you get the R squared value. Typically, what is being reported in the research papers is the R squared value. And then also don't forget about the other values, of course, because it gives us a reference on how the model performs. Here, the relative absolute error is 55.88%. This is quite high, and the RMSE here is also quite high. If we calculate the R squared value, then it becomes, let's see this number squared, it becomes 63% roughly. We can read it this way: the inputs that we have, the variables that we have, can predict the median house price by 63% accuracy. So there's actually a lot of details going on in there in the R squared as well as the absolute error. So you can also read it the other way. So you can take the relative absolute errors, the 55%, and then you do 100 minus 55, you get 45%. So you can also report as 45% accurate. So the inputs that you have can 45% predict the outcome. So there's two ways to read the results there. And then we can go on to use the more sophisticated models. So here the cross-validation 10, we keep it as standard. And then previously you have linear regression. We can go on to random forest, which is a very sophisticated model that is available in Weka by default. So let's do the same thing. It's going to significantly take more time to do so. So why not we just take all the variables, because random forest can also take the categorical variable, and again Weka will automatically convert it to one hot encoded categorical columns. So you might want to read the details of that later. So here we have all the variables. Let's again do median house value, and then we choose random forest as our model. One more thing that we want to check is the compute attribute importance, which essentially gives you an idea which variable is the most important as a predictor to median house value. So now the model training is done, and what you get here is much higher correlation coefficient at 91%. So if you convert it to R squared, it becomes about 82%. So you can report it as 82% accurate. And then what is good about the random forest is you get the ranking of the attribute importance. So this model tells us that ocean proximity is the most important predictor for predicting median house value. What is the difference between this and the correlation value? If you look back the correlation value, ocean proximity is about 30% correlating to median house price. But this one is in terms of ocean proximity as an individual variable to predicting median house price. Whereas in random forest, everything is lumped together and they are built as a model. So ocean proximity comes at the top. The second one that is important is median income, which is also quite closely resemble the correlation result here. Median income is coming at the top. Yeah, so here overall what we can get is we get a quite accurate model for predicting median house value. So what is good about this is that next time you can collect similar data set for your town or for your state, for example, the same inputs as what we have here. And then from the inputs, you also need some labels, which is the median house value. You also collect those labels and you collect the inputs, and then together we can make a model for your city or for your town. And then from there, in the future, you can use that model for predicting median house price in the area. Okay, that's all I have for you today. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe.